Hi, hello, hello. We are reading a new chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. This is 135. No, what the heck? Where the heck did that number come from? 285. I guess I'm just too caught up in the insane hype of this climactic showdown between Deku and Shigaraki Tomura. It's been all over the place. We had a very unexpected flashback in the midst of the last chapter, and this one is actually starting with a flashback too, a very ominous flashback to when Deku is getting lectured by Recovery Girl, who's saying to him, okay, I know your fighting style is like break every single bone and ligament into your body every single time you fight. And I know that I recover you and you seem a-okay, but maybe you should stop. Maybe you might permanently lose the use of your arms if you keep getting injured like this. And the fact that he's thinking of that now in this battle where he's been 100% smashing Tomura at every single turn, using two brand new quirks to both fly around and rope in Tomura, it's pretty insane. I wonder if this is foreshadowing Deku being really knocked out of commission, no matter how the outcome of this battle is. Another really cool shot here. I gotta say, I was concerned once characters start flying, once the protagonist starts flying, especially. But the dynamicism of these battles has made it super hype and super worth it so far. 3 flyby hits. Okay, we can see Deku way back in like his very early days where his muscles were always dyed red with his own blood. Blood just splurting out mysteriously from overwork. Another amazing shot. Just this cable battle where they're yanking each other around along the black ropes and smashing into each other. It's so cool. If there was like a video game that could capture this kind of combat, that would be super fun to play, I think. Wyoming Smash. St. Louis Smash. All these moves, of course, named after his hero, All Might. This is an amazing shot. It almost looks like the fangs of a wolf coming out to bite down on Shigaraki. I think it's awesome when just like all of these explosions and impact hits and like speed lines and stuff that each individual one is like conveying some sort of hit, kind of conveying the overall flow of the battle. But then as a whole, it becomes almost an entirely other like genre of art. It takes on like painterly qualities where the overall composition of the page of these little bursts in all sorts of places and directions has this whole kinetic energy of its own. Really fantastic. I would like to see what the original Japanese sound effects look like too. They do a really fantastic job of like cleaning and translating the sound effects, but I wonder if something is lost in translation as well. Getting hurt faster than I can heal. It's over if I don't focus on defense. Only those scummy heroes haven't pushed me to my limit. No, other than my imperfect body, one for all is getting in the way of my dreams. Is this one of the ones where the internal monologue transitions to him saying something out loud, or is it something where he kind of loses his thought process? Either way, it's very interesting that we're seeing inside of Tomura's mind during this fight. Tomura, who has always been kind of mysterious, especially in these very like climactic moments where he's unleashing his power, that he puts up a distance between him and all other human beings. But here, he's being pushed to his limits so far. Oh, one for all is getting in the way of my dreams. Oh my gosh. When I first read it, I thought he was saying all for one is getting in the way of my dreams. Like, my imperfect body aside, the fact that I have all for one should make me omnipotent. So I was very confused, because it seemed like he was saying that, and then he was saying it was getting in the way of his dreams. But no, he's saying one for all is getting in the way of his dreams. And Deku is agreeing with him. Yeah, that's what this power is for. It is built as the counter power. It is built to punch the hell out of you. Texas smash! Dude, Texas is a big-ass state. If there is ever a state that's gonna smash, it's gonna be Texas. He whips him around, slamming him into the ground. There's gotta be a way to put this kid down for good. Some other quirk, gotta find one. So Tomura is at somewhat of a disadvantage, I guess, because a lot of the quirks he inherited, he just did while he was unconscious in that like torture tank chamber thing. And now that he's like popped out, he's all powerful. But did he have like a manual going in? Did they explain to him everything his body can do now? Does he understand every quirk? Excuse me, that has been fused into him. Oh, excuse me. This idea of I gotta find a quirk. I gotta just start like trying things and seeing if something can counter Deku. Bakugo knows that Deku is pushing himself way too far right now. Deku's using his legs and air force to negate the blowback, controlling multiple quirks simultaneously. He's taking every skill he's got to keep Shigaraki in the air. Since that first hit didn't seal the deal, it's now an endurance match. Deku can't last forever against a guy who can regenerate. In a few minutes, he'll be dust and have his power taken from him. Finish with that birthday, Todoroki! Should grab a hold of me. Don't waste any fire in flying up there, because I've got that part covered. Todoroki, keep Endeavor cool until the last possible moment. Okay. Bakugo, when everyone else was just spectating, everyone else was just in awe of this battle, as were we. I kind of forgot there were even other people around. Bakugo making a plan. Bakugo figuring out that there is a way for them to still participate in this battle. There is a way for them to still support Deku. And it's looking like it's going to be big team combination. Todoroki making use of his chilling quirk to make a cross-generational perfect quirk in a way that Endeavor maybe never could have anticipated. I don't know what Bakugo himself is going to do. Explosion fly the two of them up there. Should finish him off with a max firepower attack. Leave it to me. Just kids, take care of Sensei and the others. I already admitted that Deku is one hell of a hero. Okay, so they fly off. The Bakugo rocket. And went back with his stretched out is when I strike. When they dive in there, 2 don't get caught in the blast. Okay. Don't want to speculate. Ooh, suddenly a flashback to All Might talking to Bakugo. Don't want to speculate and talk about things I'm not sure of. Basically the one who created All for One, right? It's an offshoot of his power. Multiple quirks, it's the same as him. Even if One for All is a cursed power, we hear this briefest one-panel flashback to the relationship that defined them as children, of Bakugo harassing and bullying Deku. Ooh, man. A lot is being put on this battle. I keep getting these senses of, like, where can it go after this? At the same time. Oh, man. This is just a barrage of the series' most iconic images and moments. This is like laying it on thick in the way that you would before the big finale. But as I said, it's got to go somewhere from here. Oh man, cheering for All Might. This funny-looking monster being arrested. I'm a big fan of that. All the crowd shots in this series are just fantastic. Just the number of quirky little characters designs they throw in. All Might's iconic salute. The hero analysis for my future number 13 being thrown into the koi pond. Not going to be your worthless punching bag Deku forever. Kachan. I'm the Deku who always does his best. And that's what Iruka said to him. All of these things weaving themselves together. That is a wild look on Deku's face. I really think they're doing a great job at like pushing it ever further. Like during the fight against the Mafia Man, whose name eludes me right now, they already hit like a high watermark. Like this is the most extreme depiction of Deku yet. This is the craziest he's ever been. This is the most power he's ever unleashed. And now they've like topped it again. Like they keep just increasing that visual language. It's really impressive. It's it's like something that would make the series feel so flat if they couldn't nail that. Okay, they launch Endeavor forward. He grabs Shigaraki in a burning hug. He's going to do some big supernova type attack. Okay. Shouts to Deku, get out of here. Disengage the rope, because Deku is about to reel him in for another punch. Shigaraki being grabbed at that close range is super scary, right? Because he can just, like, dust you. But I guess they have the element of surprise. This is really cool, the way all of the panels are, like, warping around the explosion. Very, very, very cool paneling. Nice subtle touch. Okay. Now, as Tomura goes up in flames, this is his face here, totally engulfed in flames and just evaporating, just sublimating into the atmosphere. We see this little dark supernova emerging perhaps only in his consciousness. Tomura, lend me your body. So I guess this is the equivalent to scenes where like when Deku is fighting Brainwash Man, you know, and he suddenly heard the voice of the previous holders of One for All calling out to him, connecting with him. This, I think, is the All for One equivalent, that the previous All for One holder, who of course is locked in Supermax Super Jail forever and ever, can still reach out to Tomura. Lend me your body. But what I don't get is that it's still Tomura's body, and Tomura's body is very much on fire right now. So I don't necessarily see what this is going to change. I will be the one to burn to death. Okay. What is going to happen? How are you not dead yet? Another really disturbing transformation. He jutted out these, like, scythe-like hooks out of the back of his body, knocking Endeavor away and slashing him up. Now he launches them at Deku, calling him Little Brother, because the original holders of both these powers were brothers, right? At that moment, there were no thoughts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I see now what could happen. Not in just a storytelling perspective, but on kind of a more meta level of a storytelling perspective, thinking about what they've been showing us in flashbacks, which characters are getting the spotlight, who were meant to like really remember their emotional past and stuff. Bakugao could sacrifice himself to save Deku. I think that would be an extremely appropriate, extremely meaningful, extremely emotionally resonating action. And it kind of seems like that's what's about to happen. There were no thoughts in my head. My body just moved on its own. Oh, and this is the chapter that they finally title Katsuki Bakugao Rising. Oh man, alright. So yeah, he jumps in front of this mysterious, otherworldly attack unleashed by All for One, I suppose, is back, and takes the hit instead of Deku. It looks bad. It looks very bad. It looks bad for all the heroes. Endeavor down, Deku at his limit. But I think maybe the fact that All for One didn't do this right at the start, that this was something done in a moment of like total desperation, means that he can't really keep this up for very long. And it still seems like he does need some sort of body, some sort of physical presence. And that's very much on fire right now. So I think this could be leading to the sort of stalemate, mutual loss, everyone is set back, we wonder when the next battle will happen kind of ending that I was anticipating. But there's still Gigantomachia, who's playing taxi service for like half of the League of Villains. There's still a whole bunch of improved Ultra Nomu running around the hospital area. it's still not looking good for the heroes. Even if this kind of final desperate transformation leaves, I don't know what's going to happen with Tomura after this. Maybe they have a whole bunch of Tomuras. Maybe this Tomura is more like a Nomu, and they have like other labs with other Tomuras elsewhere. I really don't know. It's like as it becomes clearer kind of how the fight will go, it becomes more mysterious how the overall story and like lore and like who will the villains be next. That stuff just becomes all the more mysterious. And yeah, what is gonna happen to our little Kachan here? I'll be surprised if he dies. You know, I will be surprised if he dies. They already had Gran Torino as the arc's sacrifice for significance, but he might be out of commission for like a long time, which could lead to some funny moments, I think. Him in the hospital, Deku trying to thank him. Some funny moments and some heartfelt moments, and just everything that we want from this series. Okay, alright, let's look forward to next week. It's not that long from now, because I had to wait a bit to get a chance to read these, so join me then. Bye-bye for now.